Well, it's good to see you. And there was a point in time where we didn't think we were going to see you out here at all. What was the progression, and how did you help lead some of those conversations about what this was going to look like and bringing the team out here for OTAs?
I think that um, we kind of all saw last year that when we were, kind of away and doing things through Zoom, it worked. And so we kind of tried to change the definition of voluntary, because over the past few years, voluntary hasn't necessarily meant voluntary. So I think that was, a little bit of the idea, but obviously we wanted to come and get some work before we just dove right into the season. And, it was a process. So we were never not coming, but we just wanted to control when we did come.
Corbin.
Hey, Bobby, I know it's only June and a lot can happen between now and training camp, but how awkward is it being out there right now without KJ? And have you had any recent conversations with him about his status as far as finding a team?
Of course, it's awkward. I'm entering year 10, and I'm used to seeing a particular face, and so it's definitely different. I'm hoping that everything still works out and we're able to get him back. I think he's a tremendous player, a tremendous person, someone that anyone would love to have on their team, and so we'll see what happens. I had conversations with him. I think he's kind of waiting for the right opportunity. And I know he'll get it because he deserves it. And to have a guy that's coming off probably one of his best seasons that he's had, it would be a shame if he didn't end up on a team that he wanted to be on.
Michael Sean.
Hey, Bobby, what's up? The statement you guys put, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. The statement you guys put out in April as players kind of emphasized the health reasons for not showing up to OTAs, but if I'm hearing you correctly, it was just more about just not feeling like the workouts were all that necessary because they didn't impact the on-field product. Am I hearing that right or no?
I think it was a collective, more than just that. I think it was just everything. I think at the time, the league and the NFLPA were trying to negotiate what the offseason was going to look like. I think there was still a lot of uncertainties at that point in April, what COVID was going to look like and the vaccines and all those different things. And it was just a progression. But as you think about those health and safety reasons, you're also thinking about what that word voluntary means. So it wasn't just that one thing. I think it was a mixture of things. It says a lot where you have to put out, you feel, or players felt to put out a statement to say they're not coming to something that you don't have to come to. I think it was just interesting, but it was more things like that, more things than just that. There was a lot of stuff going on in this world, still going on in this world, that we're trying to figure out. And so I think it wasn't just one thing, it was a collective of things.
On the KJ front, in his 10 years here with the Seahawks, what do you think was the most important thing he brought to the team?
Besides his smarts, the way he prepared, and definitely the way that he brought people together. I think that was the biggest thing, is the way that he was, he was the glue, and he was the person that anybody can count on. He always took time to talk to everybody, so he had a relationship with everybody. And he was just a guy that you can look to and count on and trust.
Thanks.
John Boyle.
Yeah, Bobby, Deshaun Shedd's a guy you played with for a long time. I know he's not coaching your position group, but is it kind of strange having a guy who's a teammate that long as a coach now? And then what do you think of him as a coach?
Yeah, it was, it was funny at first because we were on the Zoom calls and he already switched his name to Coach Shed. And, it went really fast to just put the coach in front of his name. But it's fun, man. You like to see guys that you play with kind of come back into the building and be able to kind of be around us. I'm excited to have him here. I think he has a lot to offer. And, I think this is the beginning of hopefully something special.
Bob?
Yeah, Bobby, did you pay much attention to any of the chatter that there sort of was out there about Russell during the offseason and the trade rumors and things like that? And what did you think about that?
Obviously you pay attention to it because every time you turn on TV, it was right there in your face. But I think it's a part of the offseason. I think when you don't go all the way and you don't win, they start to build different stories. And so, I'm sitting right here and I talk to Russell every day, so I knew what was true, what wasn't true. And so I wasn't too concerned about it. I wasn't thinking about it. I knew it was going to work out however it was supposed to work out.
Jackie.
Hey, Bobby. Good to see you again.
Good to see
Hey,
you.
we spoke to Jordan Brooks recently, and I was just curious, what did you think of his progression from last year, and what do you think his potential is going into this next season?
I think he has a lot of potential. I think he entered again a crazy time. For us to enter a pandemic and him not be able to like kind of really just be able to learn and do all the things that you normally do in the off season. I think his progression has been good in my opinion. You slowly try to get better every year, and you kind of look to see, is he making the same mistakes? Is he, putting in the work is he studying the playbook? Is he putting in the work in the weight room, in the locker room, things of that nature? And I think he's doing all those things. And so I think it's just, for him to kind of just go out there and put it together, and I think he will.
Joe Fan.
Hey, Bobby, also on Jordan, I mean, how much extra care and attention and time do you have to spend, if any, on your relationship with Jordan in terms of building that chemistry, you letting him know what you need from him, what he needs from you? I mean, how important is that relationship as you guys potentially are going to be starting next to each other this year?
It's very important. You want to be on the same page. I think that's the biggest thing. Like I said, I've been used to playing with somebody for 10 years, and that type of communication, that type of transparency it's not going to happen overnight. And so you just slowly build it, every day, and that's kind of where I leave it at that. You know what I mean? It's not like something you have to really take extra care. But at the end of the day, I'm seeing it as being an older guy with a younger guy. So a lot of it is just trying to pass down my knowledge and pass down, what I've learned in my career thus far that can help maybe speed the process up, and, the mistakes I made when I was younger, try to help him avoid those mistakes.
How does he go about building your trust in that regard?
I think you just put the work in, in the classroom, on the field, and, you just come and make plays. I think that's it. It's just you build your confidence when you know your playbook like the back of your hand, and then you go out there and make plays. And once you feel comfortable and confident, you're able to speak. And once you speak, you can be trusted.
Tim Booth.
Hey, Bobby, you mentioned hearing all the trade talk about Russell because it was everywhere there for a while. What did you make of some of the comments he did make early in the offseason? And did you ask him to, in your conversations with him, did you ask him to explain what he meant by some of those?
Yeah, you definitely reached out because, like, again, you see the stuff on it. You see the stuff on TV. You see the stuff that's written down, and I'm not the person that likes to read stuff and just believe it. I go to the source. So you have a conversation with him, try to understand, where he's coming from, and then just go from there. Again, Russell's a guy that I've been around for 10 years too. So there's nothing that's really off the books when it comes to communication. So a lot of it was just talking to him and understand, where he was coming from, what he meant. I don't necessarily feel like, what he said was like, I think it might have been taken out of context, but, it started some stuff and it was what it was. We got through it and here we are.
Brady.
Hey, Bobby, assuming KJ, if he doesn't come back, how do you think this defense is going to look different this season?
I hope that's not the case. I hope he's still, we're able to figure that out and work it out. But it'll definitely be different. Not having him, having a guy like that, a playmaker, someone that's really, really productive, especially these last 2 years, been very, very productive. It'll be different, but, this is a business, and we'll figure out what we need to do, and I'm very, very confident in our group that we have.
Jordan Brooks told us yesterday that as far as you're concerned, he's still a rookie until week 8 of this season. Why week 8?
I just figured half the season was good enough. I just, something I came up with. He was looking forward to being something other than just rookie, and so I just wanted to burst that bubble real quick.
Thanks.
Greg Bell.
Hello, sir. Does Russell Wilson owe an explanation to the locker room? Maybe some younger guys who aren't as close to him as you are that can just reach out directly and get it from the source?
I don't know if he owes an explanation. I think he just, it's all part of building a relationship with new people. And so, like you said, like with me, if there was something that may have came across the wrong way, I could reach out to him, have a conversation with him. So some of these younger guys or some of these new guys are getting to know him. There'll be a little bit more effort into, establishing that relationship. But I don't think he owes anything.
And do you get the impression that there is still a door open for KJ to come back, and what the likelihood is that, do you think?
Yeah, that's definitely a door open. I mean, I feel like, as long as I'm here, I would like to say the door is open.
All right, Bobby, thank you.
Appreciate it.